Welcome to Sweet Talk SLP. I'm Krystle and I'm a pediatric speech language pathologist. And for today's video, I will be reviewing the Bjorem Speech Sound Cue cards. But before we get into it, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. Also ring that notification bell so you're notified of my weekly uploads. Let's get started. As mentioned, today's video is a review on these cards right here. These are the Bjorem Speech Sound Cue cards, her original set of speech sound cue cards. So I'm going to talk a little bit about them and read off of the website and the purchase information, and then we'll go over the review. So this box of cards can be purchased from their website, which is bjoremspeech.com. I will link it down below. These cards retail for $60. They contain 40 cards. They're a harder, thicker matte card that don't have any glare. 25 of the cards are consonant sounds, 13 are vowel sounds, and then there's 2 cards that have the vowel collections on them. And I'll kind of show you what those look like in a bit. So the website does mention that they are used for, of course, speech sound disorders, children with apraxia, articulation errors, phonological errors. They can also be used for early literacy, dyslexia, to help differentiate vowel differences, which is a big thing with children with apraxia, and also early acquisition of speech and language, I feel like. So I feel like that's a bulk of the information from these cards. So let's get straight into the review. I review all of my speech products and toys using 5 different parameters. They are storage, price, child response, functionality, and overall. Storage. I give this a 5 out of 5. I mean, look at this cute little box. Online it says it's just under 3 inches by 3 inches, and then it's under 2 inches across this way. And so it's a very cute little container that they come in, and you can put this anywhere. But I don't keep my cards in here. The only thing I have is a little instruction sheet that has the color key and the information of the cards that are in here. This remains in my office at all times. Instead, I do keep all of my speech sound cards in my speech folder. So I'm creating a speech folder that makes it just kind of easier to haul around to my visits because I am a home health therapist. And so I have them in these, what are they? Baseball card collecting clear sheets that can fit up to 9 photos, and then I have them ordered the way they're ordered in the card set. So 1 through whatever, I guess 40, and I have them in that order. So for example, this one has the short vowels. These are those extra cards that I mentioned, the like vowel charts. So it talks about the 5 short vowels. Instead of having the picture side, I do have the vowel sound chart, and then I do have the 5 vowels underneath. And so I do have them set up in that order, and they're easy to take out, and they stay neat and don't get destructed because I don't want to destroy these cards. Price. The reason I don't want to destroy these cards is because these are very expensive, $60. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. These are $60 and they rarely ever go on sale. I feel like some of the sales they have sometimes are buy 3, get 1 free. So you have to buy 3 decks of whichever one of the cards that you want to get the lesser value for free. I feel like also maybe I've seen like a random 10 to 20% off, but that rarely happens. $60 is a lot of money. It's a lot, and I can't give it a 5 out of 5 for that reason. And as much as I would give it like a 2 out of 5 because I hate spending more than like $15 on any of my products, I do think it's worth it. They are thick, they are matte. They do have a lot of information. The pictures are really nice. There's a lot of information in the back for them. And so I feel like, I would purchase them again. That's what I'm trying to say. As much as it hurts my wallet, I would purchase them again because of the quality of the material. So price point, 4 out of 5. Child response, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. The children that I work with tend to love these pictures. They love that we make silly sounds with them. And so I mean, I've had no real problems, except for one photo. One of my littles that's, you know, early language that we're working on some silly vowel sounds is scared of the monster. But I'm not going to knock off a point for that one child. Oh, because overall, these are a hit in therapy and easy for my kids to understand. Functionality. 5 out of 5. It does what it's supposed to do. It provides a cue for the child to produce the sound. And so at first, usually you really have to teach it and tell them what the sound is and what you're working on. And, oh, this is our coughing sound. This is our camel. And, you know, this is what it sounds like. But once they get the hang of it, they're able, I mean, you can take out that verbal cue and just the picture becomes the cue, and it really works out the way it's supposed to. I also like that I can pair this with other materials. So a few things that are in my speech folder are things like this speech webs from Therapy Materials Vault. Now this is the SH one, but for example, I might put the sound in the middle and slide it across to show them the continuing sound with the vowel, and then might show them, oh, I'm hearing you do this and this. So for example, let's say that this was the K sound, the K. Okay, the sound we're going to work on is K. Oh, I heard you say K. I want it all together. Hi. And so that becomes a really nice visual. And then I might use the put the vowel sounds on here for them to see as well. But usually I'm trying to hold it up to my face so that they can see the cue card with my mouth. So they have all the extra support and cues that they need to produce those sounds. I also pair it with worksheets from Adventures in Speech Pathology. So for example, this one is K in final position. And so I might use this to kind of help them remember to produce that sound at the end of the words. Just some examples, because I do also use them for some of my young kids who are barely starting to communicate, just to kind of make silly sounds, and so that works out for them as well. So that was a long way of saying functionality 5 out of 5. It does what it's supposed to do. Overall, 5 out of 5. I'm on the Bjorem Speech Sound train. I don't know that I'll buy any more of the Speech Sound cue cards. They are really pricey. Although I do have my eye on the upcoming collaboration between like Jenny Bjorem and Rebecca from Adventures in Speech Pathology. Only because I'm a fan of Rebecca from Adventures in Speech Pathology. So I do have my eye on them. But otherwise, I don't know that I'll buy any others. I did consider the Spanish ones, but I also... it hurt my wallet to, you know, justify buying 2 sets and spending $120. And honestly, I only have one Spanish speech kid on my caseload right now. And I feel like some of these cards can be used for my bilingual Spanish learners. So I probably won't buy the Spanish ones, but you know, maybe in the future I will buy more. But overall, I do enjoy these. I do laminate them, or I do print them and laminate them for some of my little kids so we can draw on it or put Play-Doh on it and kind of have fun with it. This is just one example. I have some others printed out that I keep with me in my speech folder. 5 out of 5. I recommend these if you don't have them. If you have speech kids on your caseload and you are needing some other cues to use, definitely recommend them. Now, there are some free ones on Teachers Pay Teachers that I have used, and I still have them, and I leave them for homework for some of my kids, like the single sound that we're working on, and I will link them down below in case you're looking for them. And they do work. I mean, they do have some of the similar cues that these have, but the pictures are not as vibrant and long lasting because you print them out, you laminate them maybe. But those did work for a really long time until these came in, and I still use them both. I do have, aside from my speech binder, I had created speech folders for each of my kids. And so each of those folders had their own copy of the speech sound cue cards in there from Teachers Pay Teachers, just because it was easy and accessible to have, like, pull out the chart for little Mary, and little Mary had all of her. I don't have a kid named Mary, by the way. I'm just, as an example, I don't want to get slammed for HIPAA or whatever. But maybe little Mary was working on K. I had her K sound in there, but maybe little Bobby was also working on K. And so I had 2 Ks. I mean, I had the sound a speech sound cue card in each of their folders. So I will link those down below, because if you've never used any speech sound cue cards, that would be a great start to get you started on how to use them and see how comfortable you are with them with your speech kids, and then maybe hop on the train, because I do like the Bjorem Speech Sound Cue cards, and I do recommend them if you are able to spend the money, or if you have a company that will buy them for you. I think they're a really great find. Do you own these cards, or are you thinking about it? Or are there any additional questions that I can answer for you about these cards? I'd be happy to do that. You can ask a question down below, send me a message to my Instagram. It's at SweetTalkSLP. I want to thank you again for watching this video. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe and like this video, especially ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of my weekly uploads. As I mentioned, I hope to eventually get up a video of my speech binder and then a separate one of my language binder once I'm at a happy place with it. I do post other videos like how-tos, but especially reviews on toys and products for speech therapists, but also that can be carried over with occupational therapists and physical therapists in the classroom as gifts for your children, or as gifts for other children that you might know and you're looking for a gift for. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.